Everyone. Welcome to This Just In.
And It's Grim, a bi-weekly series where two friends of 3 decades chat about dark subjects.
Before we begin, you should be warned that our series contains language, themes, and material not suitable for children or sensitive Sallies.
So hide your babies and your boomers, and let's dig in. I'm just like doing this. I don't know why. Hi, guys. You like my moves? If you like these moves, let us know and I'll keep it going. Just kidding. No, welcome back, guys. We hope you are enjoying these mini episodes. We're back for our last one, celebrating Women's Month, Women's History Month, Women Are Badasses Month, all of it. We're celebrating it with these ladies.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so this one is on
Dun, 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 dun.
Nellie Bly.
Yes, it is.
So
And I guess
very excited.
me too. She's one of my faves. So if you want, I can just jump right into this. Jump on in. All right. So guys, today is my birthday. So I am so thrilled to celebrate it with two women that I have been the biggest fans of for decades. One is my co-host and lifelong BFF Amy, and the other is today's subject, Elizabeth Jane Cochran, or Nellie Bly. Elizabeth was an American journalist born May 5th, 1864. She was one of 15 children and grew up in Pennsylvania. She attended one semester of schooling at 15 years old, but couldn't continue due to a lack of funds. Elizabeth's father died when she was 6 years old, leaving her mother and siblings destitute. In 1885, Elizabeth read a column in the Pittsburgh Dispatch titled, "What Girls Are Good For," and wrote a response to the editor using the pseudonym Lonely Orphan Girl. The editor, being so impressed by her passion, released an ad asking for the author to introduce herself. And when she came forward, he offered her a writing position on the spot. She adopted the name Nellie Bly by her second column and would write mostly women's rights pieces, calling for better jobs for women so they aren't resigned to marriage, divorce law reformations for women to better protect them and their children. When she began investigating women factory workers, she made the decision to go undercover as a poor woman to expose the poor work conditions for the women and children working in the factories. Excuse me. This one won her favor with the local factory employees, but when the owners reached out to the newspapers, she was pulled from investigative reporting and stuck in fashion columns. This one it do. So at 21 years old, she went to Mexico for 6 months to report on the dictator there. She made such a scene that one report states the dictator Porfirio Diaz personally issued a warrant for her arrest and imprisonment. She fled the country and found herself in New York looking for work and once again penniless. This was until she talked her way into an undercover assignment for the New York World, an assignment that's impact would change the mental health system and female journalism forever.
So in her two-part series, and it was published in New York World in October 1887, later expanded into the book 10 Days in a Madhouse, caused an immediate national sensation. The public was horrified. City officials could not ignore it. So a grand jury was gathered to investigate, and the asylum was tipped off in advance. By the time the jurors arrived, the facility had been cleaned. Many patients who had spoken to Bly had been released, transferred, and staff denied her accounts. The evidence was too damning. The grand jury agreed with Bly. The budget of the New York Department of Public Charities and Corrections was increased from $1.5 million to $2.34 million, was specifically allocated directly into Black Island Asylum. An additional nearly $1 million, equivalent to approximately $24 million today, was added to reform mental institutions across the city. Abusive staff members were fired. Translators were hired specifically to assist immigrants, patients who could not speak English. New protocols were established to prevent sane individuals from being wrongfully committed. 7 years after the expose was published, the Blackwell's Island Asylum was shut down. Hell yeah.
Fuck that place.
So I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did that.
She did that. She got herself committed to go undercover to expose these motherfuckers. And boy, did she do that goddamn thing.
insane. So
She's a
Nellie
wild
Bly's
card, man.
Nellie Bly's asylum reporting did something that transcended any single story. It effectively launched an entire genre, investigative journalism. Her approach, immersive, first person, willing to risk personal safety in service of truth, became a template. The stunt reporters, or girl reporters, who followed her in her wake were the first wave of women to enter the mainstream journalistic profession. Bly was their prototype. She went on to travel around the world in 72 days, breaking the fictional record set by Jules Verne. She reported on factory labor abuses, legislative corruption, illegal infant black markets. During World War I, she reported from Eastern Europe the Eastern Front in Europe. Nellie Bly was the original muckraker. She pioneered what we now call immersive journalism, the idea that to truly tell the story of the powerless, you sometimes have to become one of them. She was 23 years old when she checked herself into that asylum, 23. And before she walked back out, she had set in motion a chain of events that changed the law, changed journalism, and changed the lives of untold thousands of vulnerable people who came after.
Yeah. So after the success of her trip, she left reporting for a while. In this time, she authored 11 novels, married, and became one of the leading industrialists due to her work in her husband's iron manufacturing company. She also holds 2 patents. And in 1913, she returned to reporting for the women's suffrage movement, claiming that women would get the vote by 1920, which they did. And as Amy said, she did report from the Eastern Europe from Eastern Europe during World War I, and she was also the first woman to do so, and one of the first foreigners to do so. But she was arrested on that trip as a British spy and released when they realized who she was. She also purposely got herself arrested at one point to report the conditions of women prisoners in jail. Nellie Bly died in New York City at the age of 57 from pneumonia. Her legacy remains. In 1998, she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. The New York Press Club honors a journalist with exceptional reporting with under 3 years of professional experience, the Nellie Bly Journalism Award, annually. Since 2017, Museum of Political Corruption has honored journalists annually with the Nellie Bly Award for Investigative Reporting. And of course, her life has been told in theater, film, television, song, and of course, newspapers around the world. And guys, that's a wrap.
Really looking forward to next year's Women's
I am too. You guys let us know which ones you want us to do. Like, really, we'll cover any lady subjects, Like,
Yeah. It doesn't
we,
have to be somebody famous. It could be your grandma who was fucking
absolutely.
badass.
Exactly. Let us know. It could even be women. Women's history is not always, golden either. It can be somebody that did something bad. Like women have all kinds of full history, good, bad, and ugly. And we're really glad that we got to celebrate and honor some good ones, and we hope that you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about this lady and the other ladies we spoke to. I want to mention one more time, we got these ideas out of the book Rejected Princesses by Jason Porras. And if you want to see any more of their stuff, you can visit rejectedprincesses.com.
All right. So hope we wish Rox a very happy birthday and very happy into Women's History Month.
Woo
All right.
woo! Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye.